We're now at Siem Reap. After a 6-hour van drive, which was $11 each NZ, which wasn't bad. We hired them through our motel, which was cheaper. On arrival, we of course had to go out that evening into Pub Street, have a look around. This whole town had a better feel about it than Phonm Penh, so yeah, it looked like it was going to be a good time up here. We then proceeded to get the motel to book us a tuk-tuk to take us to do the Angkor Temples. First mistake, we only decided to do the 1-day tour because they're quite expensive when you consider they're US dollars and we work in New Zealand dollars, and they're far larger than you can imagine, so you use up a lot of time going from temple to temple. The heat's a major problem too. It's exhausting. You're out in the sun all day there. I don't know, it was 33 to 35, felt like 40. You're absolutely sweating. So if you were going to do this, I'd probably recommend you did buy the 3-day tour, possibly hire your own motorbike and did it at your own times to be able to see everything you want to see. This place is huge. I'm not talking about just Angkor Wat, I'm talking about the whole Angkor area and its temples. They're all big, they're all spread out, and there's heaps of them. I must admit, it's amazing what these people did with stone. Is just incredible. It's just mind-blowing. I just don't even envision how half of this was accomplished, or how many people it would have taken. We're talking heaps of temples, heaps of stone used, and it's just amazing how they shaped it and they carved it and they put all of these intricate glyphs, I think that's the right word, explaining some of the history of their culture. Absolutely stunning. We did make an error because the guy dropped us off at the Phonm Temple and sort of showed us a map sort of thing and said meet me here, and we thought, oh yeah, go that way, this way. But when we left the Phonm Temple, we took the wrong turn to another temple and went up in there thinking we were in the right place, and when we came down we're totally lost, and we ended up back at a car park area with tuk-tuks very close to where we were dropped off. So we had to get another tuk-tuk to find our tuk-tuk, because we actually had no idea where he was, but this tuk-tuk driver had a good idea of where he'd be, so we found him. That unfortunately meant we didn't get to walk along the elephant wall, but we did get to see it as we were passing. And then we proceeded to carry on from there past a few other temples where we did a minor stop just to have a quick look at these. There you will see them coming up soon as pictures. They were interesting, but I've no idea why they're spread out so far and apart and all over the place. But yeah, absolutely amazing. And those trees that are growing over the top and those root systems, my God, absolutely unbelievable. So what else can I say about this? Apart from it takes more than 1 day to see it, because at the end of our time with our tuk-tuk driver, there was this event being scheduled for that weekend and the road was shut, so we had to walk nearly a K to get to even the beginning of the Angkor Wat moat, I suppose you call it a moat, where you cross across to go inside the first wall and then to the Angkor Temple, and we were down to nearly an hour left. So by the time we walked that distance, crossed the moat, got inside the Angkor wall, and then walked all the way to the temple, we only had about a quarter of an hour or so to get back to our tuk-tuk driver. So we didn't get to enter Angkor Wat properly. But we were happy enough to actually have seen it and seen it up close. We were templed out. The temperatures here was just too much. It was exhausting. And we'd had enough, as I said. So made our way back to tuk-tuk driver and then back to our motel where we could finally take a rest and get all the sweat off and change all our clothes because we were saturated. I can't think of anything else that I would say. If you're going to do the one day, get your tuk-tuk driver to take you to Angkor Wat first, as it's the major big one, and do that first. And then the smaller ones, if you're running out of time, won't be such a big deal to miss out on. You'll see in my video here I've named the temples that we went to and stopped at. They're all amazing. I just can't explain how these things were made or how many people would have taken. It's just incredible. So hopefully you'll continue to watch the rest of the video just to see what we saw. Please subscribe if you wouldn't mind. I seem to be down on subscribers at the moment. I don't know why. I know my video production is not great, but that's due to my cameras, etc. And we do not like to muck around, so we don't set up or pose for any photos. Everything you see is just what we've taken while we're exploring ourselves. So thanks for watching the video, and I hope you watch it till the end. So you can see here we're at the Angkor moat. Now this is the original crossway that they built, but you're no longer allowed to walk on that, and they've put this floating pontoon down here that you now use to go across. So we did the walk across there, and you'll see what massive, it's a massive bloody construction. This whole moat's massive. I can't envision how they did this either. But anyway, the time was running short, so we proceeded to go across this floating platform that's now in place. As you can see here, there's guides and stuff sitting there. We're trying to say your guided tour. Most of these tours seem to range around the $10 US each. We did get one at the Phonm Temple, but it was short. He did explain some of the glyphs and that, but of course it went in one ear and out the other. I can't remember what it was all about. So whether or not you take the tour, that's really a matter of choice. It's something I probably wouldn't do again, I don't think. Okay, so we've entered Angkor Wat. We've already done 4 or 5 temples and we are absolutely stuffed and we're sweating our piece off. So apparently we're only an hour left. There's no way we can do that in an hour and survive. So we're going to call it happy just to see it and take some pictures.